What's up everyone, I'm Rich, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the 5 best things I love about the Samsung Galaxy A53. I've been using this for a few months now, and I really think it's one of the best budget mid-range smartphones. When I was in Georgia, you can see in my day in the life video where I do a whole camera and battery test. I took it around with my friends, we shot some really good footage, and I'll put the link in the description, or you can probably click the cards right up here. But yeah, before we get into the video, let me know in the comments if you do have the Samsung Galaxy A53, are you looking at getting one? Do you already have this device? How's it doing for you? Just let me know what you're thinking. But yeah, without further ado, let's get started with the 5 best things I love about it. Alright, so the first thing I love about the Samsung Galaxy A53 is going to be that display. So it's going to be sporting that beautiful 6.5-inch Full HD Super AMOLED screen with 120Hz refresh rate, which is arguably the best screen in the Galaxy A series lineup and actually looks pretty amazing and close to what you're going to be getting on the S series. But yeah, the 120Hz refresh rate looks super smooth on this. I was quite blown away on the display that you're getting on this $450 smartphone. Like, using this was a real treat, it was a real blast. I could appreciate a lot of the apps and games, videos felt amazing on here. Scrolling across the UI felt extra buttery smooth, especially when I was on Google Chrome and just browsing throughout the webs. Like, I don't know, it just feels and looks so fast. It's really nice and responsive, and you also do get a reliable on-screen fingerprint scanner to add to the mix. But yeah, at this $450 price point, you're without a doubt going to be getting the best screen. And compare this to maybe the iPhone 11 or the iPhone SE at the same price. It looks phenomenal. Everything is immersive. It just looks amazingly sharp and crisp. There's no better way of putting it. It just looks great. But moving on to the second thing I really like about the Galaxy A53 is, it's gonna sound a little bit weird, but it feels good. How do I explain it? For phone being this large, it's pretty light. Some phones I just won't name have these really round corners, which makes it hard to grip to the sides and feels slippery. There's been a couple times where I may have dropped those phones, but in this, it just feels sturdy in the hand, feels really nice. I love the matte finish on the back. It does get a little bit of fingerprints here and there, but overall nothing too bad. You can just take a cloth and just wipe it down. And with the Galaxy A53, when I watch videos, this is going back to the display as well. I can just hold this phone in my hands for a long time without feeling burdened by the edges or even the weight. It's extremely portable, easily fitting in and out of my pockets, and I feel physically light while using it. Alright, so the third thing I love about the Galaxy A53 is gonna be the camera. This is a very impressive 64 megapixel main sensor with an f1.8 aperture lens and optical image stabilization, and this is quite amazing. Let's take a look at some samples here. On a sunny day, the camera in Samsung's imaging software consistently captures great, super sharp photos. It's also surprisingly good at preserving both shadow and highlight details in high contrast scenes. Colors aren't nearly as vibrant as compared to higher end devices, but for the most part, everything about this is sharp, right? The keyword is sharp. When I zoom in into the photos after I take it, everything just is detailed. I can see literally the hairs, the high definitionness of the grass on the fields, or the pores of a person's skin. And with the triple camera setup, you get the telephoto ultra wide and the main one, obviously. Like, they all work harmoniously together to produce some pretty freaking sharp photos. I really like that. You're getting so much out of value package here at the phone. Now, video recording is also very spectacular. Like I said, if you didn't watch the day in the life video yet, I did a full video on that. I recorded the whole day with the Galaxy A53. We went to the mall, took some photos with some friends on the bridge. I was hanging out with my tech friends. You're gonna like that video, so go watch that one after this. Alright, and the fourth thing I love with the Galaxy A53 is gonna be the performance and 5G. So while using the A53, I found that it kept up to speed on most of the tasks I was doing. With the 8-core 1280 Exynos processor and 6GB of RAM, it certainly looks good on paper, but it's not the fastest phone out there. During practical use, I'm not too impressed by the speeds here. You obviously won't be zooming and texting, clicking out of apps like a maniac, but it's a great medium-powered phone that's gonna get you through today's modern apps. Just going across the UI and getting around Google Chrome, opening the camera is smooth enough. And at this price point, you're also gonna be getting support for 5G, and in a lot of big cities, this phone is going to be capable of getting the ultra-fast speeds that you would honestly be blown away about how fast it is. This thing can connect to data, it can retrieve so much information. When I was in Georgia, I was video calling 2 other friends, and the video quality was super sharp. There was hardly any lag between us and the other person. And then moving on for gaming, for the most part, games will run fine on this phone. The more demanding the game, the more you might run into some lag, but Generally, all games should run well on this. Simple games like Snake IO runs great. The display is fantastic, like I mentioned. It's really nice to play on this. It feels great in the hand. And then, when I move on to Asphalt 9, this is a very, very demanding game on, I install this on almost every phone I test out. There is some slight decrease in the anti-aliasing and motion blur. This also allows the game to run a little bit smoother. Basically, the settings are turned down on this phone just a little bit so it could run at a good frame rate. Samsung was able to fit in pretty good CPU for what it's worth in this device. I was honestly surprised on how much they were able to cram in here. I think the problem lies more in the Android 12 software and One UI skin user interface. So who knows, while the speed isn't perfectly fast, it's quite amazing how much they're able to give you at this price point. Because with this, medium powered phone, it makes up a lot. And the fifth thing, which I love about it, is going to be its battery life. And this phone is packing some serious battery life. 5,000 milliamp battery. This is honestly gonna outlast the competition among many other mid to high end smartphones. This phone, I've used it for 2 days now, and I haven't charged it still. It's at 22%. This is going to be a lot of the other iPhones that's around this price point, and maybe a lot of the other Samsung devices that are up there in the scale. And I found that if you turn down the 120Hz screen to 60Hz, turn on low battery mode, keep the brightness at a minimum, you're honestly going to be having this for a long time. It's not going to die on you. And I did test it out, and I forget, I think I lasted like a total of like 4.5 days, I think 5 maybe, until it actually died. I had to turn the brightness up a little bit to see some stuff. But yeah, you could last an eternity with this. You know what you're doing. This phone just lives on, and if you get a 25 watt charger, you're going to be able to charge this from 0 to 100 in just under an hour. So it's really light, it's really great plug and play. It's going to last for a long time in terms of battery life. So honestly, a really great package deal for what it's worth. Yeah, that's like the 5 greatest things I love about the Samsung Galaxy A53, and it's really the price. It's really tempting to me, Like, I honestly think this is one of the best value phones you can get for 500 bucks. You're just getting so much great hardware. The design is great. It feels light. The display is amazing. The battery life is phenomenal. Yeah, go down in the comment section. Tell me what you think. Do you have the Galaxy A53? Are you looking at getting one? Do you have any other Samsung devices out there that, you want me to look at? If so, tell me in the comments. I want to hear what you're thinking. But yeah, well, we reached the end of the video. So thank you guys so much for watching. And until the next one, I'll see you then.